Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Saturday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we know that the Los Angeles Lakers were in action on yesterday, taking on none other than the OKC Thunder, led by SGA. And we knew that it was going to be a very important game in the rankings because it was going to decide the tiebreaker between the Lakers and the Thunder if by chance they were to be tied at the end of the season. And of course, with the same record, we would see who would move up ultimately in the standings. And of course, we see as we wake up this morning, the Los Angeles Lakers have moved into the 8th seed and have achieved being a 500 team for the first time in 400 and some odd days. We know it's been a grip since the Lakers have achieved that. They had a couple of times to do it this season against the New York Knicks and against the Minnesota Timberwolves and were unable to do so, but they were able to do so on yesterday, even without their starting point guard and that of D'Angelo Russell, who all of a sudden reports were swirling around in the afternoon that he would not be able to play because of a hip injury. I know last game he played pretty well. I didn't notice where he did anything with the hip. They said it's day to day, so I don't know what's going on with that situation, but it's been a lot of things in the news as far as D'Angelo Russell saying, is he comfortable in LA yet? This, that, and the third, and him saying, well, I am a free agent at the end of the season. I won't be comfortable until some ink is dry on the contract, and we do understand that, and we got a lot to talk about in regards to that, maybe in the offseason too, because the Lakers are going to have some decisions to make. I think with LeBron James making $45 million, AD making $40 million next year, D'Angelo Russell's making $30 million this year. I'm sure he's going to want at least that, unless he will test the market. But at the end of the day, the way Dennis Schroeder has been playing with a discount of only $2 million, maybe that is some cap space that the Lakers are willing to let him go. Who knows? I know they say they want to keep him. I hope they don't go out getting Kyrie, making a big three, and getting rid of all the money. Because as you can see right now, when you have a balanced team and spreading that money around, it works out a lot better. And I've been saying it, and you can look at my shows over the past several years, a dynamic duo is much better than a big three when you're talking about the NBA, because dynamic duos have always won championships in the NBA. Like I said, whether it's been Dumars and Thomas, Bird and McHale, Jordan and Pippen, Shaq and Kobe, LeBron and D-Wade. I mean, you could throw in a Bosh. That's not a big three. You could throw in a Kevin Love with Kyrie and LeBron. That's not a big three. What have they done? What have they done with and without LeBron James is my point. And that's a topic for another day too. But at the end of the day, I bring this up too. Before I'm going to get into the game. Don't worry. I'm going to get into the game. But I did want to bring this up as well because Austin Reeves, I had mentioned, I think just in last show, that Austin Reeves would maybe give the Lakers a hometown discount for his services, considering he come up from a small town in Arkansas and he only making $1 million this year. But of course, Austin Reeves said, he just said it in the podcast a couple of days ago, that now it's come out in the press, that he said the NBA is a business. He has to get his money, and that is what it is. And hopefully the Lakers can understand. But he is a unrestricted free, so he can go out and test the market and see what other teams are willing to pay him. We know the Lakers made a decision, a year or two ago, I can't remember which season, to let Alex Caruso depart. And did not pay him for him to stay on the team. And they did kind of a lot of the same things. But I will say Austin Reeves is much better to me at creating his own shot and creating contact. But speaking of Austin Reeves, he did not have such a good game on yesterday, only 11 points, but he did have 6 rebounds and 9 assists. And those 9 assists were crucial, even though he only shot 3 from 12 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3 for 25%. So maybe Austin Reeves is coming back down to earth a little bit, or maybe teams are scheming for him a little bit better. But what I would say is, this particular set of referees last night were not giving Austin Reeves that whistle that he has been accustomed to getting, especially the past 5 or 6 games or so, when he's been drawing a lot of contact. So at the end of the day, the Lakers are going to have some decisions to be made. Malik Beasley going to get about 12, 13 million next year. Dennis Schroeder, he's making 2 or 3 million. Maybe they will let Dennis Schroeder resume his role as a starting point guard for the Lakers. We know it worked out for him that one season, but of course Anthony Davis was hurt in the playoffs, and ultimately they lost to the Phoenix Suns and haven't been the same since. So now he's trying to get his redemption. We know he has a great history with Darvin Ham. He has been spotty at times. Maybe if given the starting role, he would gel. But I'm telling you, he's been clutch in a lot of games that I can look back and remember this season. Dennis Schroeder was the one, even with minus AD and LeBron in some games. I remember he stepped up and scored 30 in a game or two, and also finished a few games out for the Lakers. So he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid to close. He's not afraid to get to the free throw line at the end of the game. And last night he had a hell of a big shot with like a minute left when the Thunder had cut it to 3. Who knows if he misses that shot, the Thunder could go back down and tie and or cut to 1. But that simply was not the case because Dennis Schroeder showed some of those clutch genes with that ice water in his veins and did his thing on yesterday. And Dennis Schroeder, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, a couple steals too. And you got to admit, I got to bring it up. If you did not see it, Dennis Schroeder showed so much heart in one possession when he dove to the ground to get the ball. And you know how much them wood burns hurt when you diving down on the ground, on your knees, on your legs, your shins. And he dove and got that ball and kicked it back up just for it to get stolen again and for them to try to throw it back down to SGA for the full court pass and the easy money. But it was not to be because Dennis Schroeder said, Yaka, give me that steal. I will take that as well. So we love the passion that he playing with. He want to do this thing for LA, baby. And another thing, speaking of Austin Reeves, you talking about getting money. Win a ring in LA and watch how many endorsements and how much money you could potentially set yourself up for. Because go to a team like Charlotte. Go to a team like, dare I say Memphis, who I love Memphis. But go to one of these smaller market teams and you tell me what is going to happen. It might not be so lovely, but like you said, if you can go get 15, 20 mil a year, I know he's not looking for a $30 or $40 million a year contract because to me, that's something that he is just not going to get. So maybe he can do a mid-level exception. We shall see. But I gotta get a game ball. I don't know if I should get a game ball to AD or Lonnie Walker. Y'all tell me in the comments, who do you think should get the game ball? Ultimately, Lonnie Walker was a -1 to no fault of his own because, of course, you know, he was matched up with different lineups, staggered with different lineups throughout the game. And, of course, it was a back-and-forth game, especially in the second half with OKC taking the lead, I think, a couple of times in the fourth quarter. But you got to give it up to also Anthony Davis, too, who had a monstrous game. And we all know without Anthony Davis, hey, the Lakers would not have won that game. 37 points, 15 rebounds, and, of course, 1 assist for AD. He was 15 out of 21 for 71%. So he had it going from the low post to mid. I mean, he just really was very effective last night, very efficient, except from the free throw line. 7 out of 11 once again for AD, missing 4 free throws. That is not acceptable for AD because we know career-wise and then season-wise, he's an 80% free throw shooter. And somehow he always makes that second one, but that first one, just whatever you're doing on the second one, AD, do it on the first one, baby. But he was a +8. He was a +8 last night on the floor. And I'm telling you what, if AD continues to play like that when LeBron James comes back, and we saw him and LeBron James talking to each other on the sideline a couple times last night, and LeBron James was pretty amped up, and he was letting AD know, baby, it's about to be on. Do y'all understand me? Because y'all don't even know the half of it. You understand what I'm saying? Because when LeBron James come back, and there's a lot of haters, I'm telling y'all right now, if you want to get your money, go ahead and put you $100 on the Lakers right now to win the championship. It'll get you $3,800 because they the plus 3,800. I might put 7 and get me 28,000, baby, because I'm telling y'all what, it's 2023, and LeBron being 23, wearing that number 23 for so long, even though he got the 6 on this year, he about to let y'all know something. I've been saying it all season long that LeBron James' foot was bothering him. Go back and look early in the season. Every episode I was saying, LeBron James' 3 is not falling. We know early on in the season he was shooting below 50%, something he's never done in his career. He's always been very efficient and taking his pride on it, but he just wasn't getting that extra oomph on them jump shots and fadeaways because of the foot. And he said, you know what? He was going to rest the foot, but of course, AD was hurt, so LeBron had to carry the load once again for the Lakers and miraculously kept them above close to the playoffs, even though they struggled. But of course, that was with a whole different squad. So all the dumb haters right now who's saying that the Lakers would be better without LeBron and trade him and this and that. You got to be kidding me, because guess what? This is a whole nother squad. And once you get LeBron James back and you got a player like a Jared Vanderbilt who can guard the other team's best wing player. Think about it. KD come back, we put Vando on him. Give LeBron a little bit of rest. Let AD anchor the team. Let LeBron play help defense, and then he can just shoulder the offensive load, and Anthony Davis can continue playing like that, and then you can get a lot of pick and roll action with LeBron James and AD once they get back. And, of course, all the different lineups that will be available when you can stagger a LeBron James and AD. You can either always have an AD on the floor or always have a LeBron James on the floor as they get their rest, and then go with that killer lineup in the end, baby. So I'm telling you right now, I've been saying it. I haven't lost confidence, and I have not wavered on it, especially since the deadline. What have I been saying? Now you already know what time it is. Clippers better watch out. They have a tough road ahead of them. Golden State, they better watch out as well, because the Lakers is coming gunning for that 5th and 6th spot. Minnesota, they lucky to be where they are right now. You see New Orleans is climbing back up in it. I think New Orleans actually has the easiest schedule left. I think they will ultimately make the play-in, and that'll be a good game. Hopefully the Lakers can avoid that. If the Lakers could at least finish in 7, they only have to play one game, win that, and then they secure their spot as the 7th seed, which I know they would gladly take. It does not matter if they play Sacramento. I don't care who they play. They can play the Denver Nuggets. The only team that I think matches up well with the Lakers and would give them problems would be the Memphis Grizzlies. And, of course, the Golden State Warriors are always dangerous at home, but they've proven that they're not dangerous on the road. We have heard that Andrew Wiggins will not be returning for the season. If he does, it's going to take him a while to get his body ready and conditioned to play NBA basketball. But at the end of the day, the Lakers did their thing on yesterday, just doing what they had to do. You had Malik Beasley. Even though he was not the best shooting last night, 4 out of 11, only 2 out of 6 from 3, he still was a plus 13 on the floor, because you have to respect what he does. You have to respect that three-pointer. When you run out at it, he can get past you and he can create for others. So at the end of the day, you know, Lonnie Walker, like I said, he did his thing as well. 20 points, 4 rebounds, no assists. Lonnie said, I'm not passing this rock tonight. I've been waiting too long to get back in the game. And when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. And that's what Lonnie Walker showed he could do last night. 7 out of 12, 58%, 4 out of 8 from 3. That's 50% from 3 in only 23 minutes, man. I'm telling you what, he stepped in big time. Of course, Wayne and Gabriel, in the limited minutes that he played, was a plus 6 from the floor. He had 8 big rebounds. Hachimura only had 13 minutes, but guess what? 1 for 1 from 3. Did what he had to do. Vando, 10 big rebounds. Even though he was a -7 on the floor, at the end of the day, still doing this thing, making it tough on players like SGA. And even in the waning minutes of that game where they gave SGA that foul, it should have been an offensive foul on SGA, but they gave it to Vanderbilt. And I'm tired of seeing things like that with Vanderbilt playing great defense and the offense is pushing off on him and the referees are not giving the Lakers that call. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, I think these Bulls matchups, these next couple of games are going to be crucial for the Lakers. A lot of people look at it and think it's an easy dub, but Chicago is fighting for their playoff lives in the East. They still have Zach LaVine. They still have DeMar DeRozan. And, of course, y'all know his name, the center for the Bulls. Damn near said Valanciunas, but y'all know who I'm talking about. It's just slipping my mind at this present moment. But he can hoop. He can hit threes. He can play good defense. So we know the Bulls are a formidable team. And, of course, Pat Bev is going to be on 10 trying to lock down D'Lo, or whether trying to lock down Austin Reeves or whoever his former teammates. And you know he's going to know the Lakers plays and what they running, and he's going to be yelling it out to his teammates, you know. So we know in the home game he might get some love, and in the away game, but both him and AD are from the Chi. They're going to be going at it, and we know what this game means for the Lakers. So the Lakers just need to go out and take care of business, and then you shall see what they will do to end the season. And I'm telling you what, if the Lakers can secure that 6th seed and play against the Sacramento Kings in the first round, it's over with, baby. But if they can get the 8th seed and go against Denver, it's still over with, baby. So at the end of the day, I keep telling y'all what it is, and we're going to see. So the Clippers, I think, tonight play New Orleans. That'll be a pivotal game. Either one can lose to me. Really don't care. The Lakers got the tiebreakers with New Orleans, so they can, as long as they take care of business. But if New Orleans loses, it'd be nice for the Lakers to gain some room between, the 7th, 8th, and 9th spot by a couple of games. But at the end of the day, I would like to see the Clippers start to fall out of that ranking too, because Golden State, to me, has the easiest schedule left and the most home games. So I feel like if who falls out of the 5th and 6th is going to be actually the Clippers, and it could be actually the Suns, because the Suns, without Kevin Durant, even though he's expected to come back soon, we shall see how that works out, because they got a pretty tough schedule too, and I don't have that in front of me, but we can talk about that maybe on tomorrow. It's going to be a very early game tomorrow, afternoon game. The Lakers usually, I hate when they play afternoon games, because I don't know if they just kicked it too much the night before. It is LA, baby, so who knows? But at the end of the day, we'll have some pregame and some postgame tomorrow. If by chance y'all can, and you haven't done it already, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. And as always, this is your boy B New. I'm just saying right on to the real, and much love to these haters. I'm out.